Hi, are you someone who feels that life is not under your control? That anxiety and panic attacks have taken over and you just don't know what to do about it? Relax, don't worry. You're not alone. And also know that anxiety is treatable. You can get rid of your anxiety and many a times even without medication. And that is what I specialize in. I am Dr. Rajiv Naidu, an integrative wellness therapist and founder of Core Somatic Integration Body Oriented Therapeutic Techniques and Accelerating Wellness, an anxiety and stress management specialist. And I am going to talk about three do's and three don'ts about how to deal with anxiety. When anxiety hits, people don't know what to do about it. And you're struggling with it, and you believe that it is something that's going to overtake or take over your life, and you just will not be able to get beyond it. And that's not true. And let me tell you, this is coming from someone who was struggling with anxiety, panic attacks, and the variety of symptoms for a long time. And I have got out of it. So I have the experience and I'm talking from there. So the three don'ts I will talk about. First of all, don't ignore your symptoms. And that's what people want to do. They want to just push it down the carpet. They just want to hide themselves, hide the symptoms and say, oh, I don't want people to know about it. There's nothing wrong about it. Remember, there's nothing wrong. Don't ignore, don't push it under the carpet. I train people in variety of mindfulness techniques and help them get over this. Second, don't beat up yourself. Never ever beat up yourself or don't make yourself guilty for what's happening. Now remember, this is an unconscious and instinctive reaction that the body experiences to some kind of stress which you cannot handle or to some kind of threat that it perceives. So you are not doing it deliberately. So don't beat up yourself. Thirdly, don't overreact. Mostly what happens is that either you get into a fight mode or flight mode. You want to run away, you want to hide, or you get very aggressive. But when you are becoming aware and you just start noticing, you will notice that this symptom starts abating, it starts reducing. And that's what you got to do. And now, the three do's, very, very important. First of all, be mindful about your experiences, whatever is happening to you. Just be mindful about it. And that's what most people don't do. They either take medications or they sleep it off or they binge on something, they eat or they do something or they get onto TV or call up a friend and just talk random things or maybe hit the bottle, do something. Don't do that. Be mindful, be aware. The body is trying to talk to you, it's trying to tell you something, it's trying to communicate something to you. So just observe what's happening to your body. Do not ignore. That's very, very important. And that's exactly what I teach in my workshop called the Core Somatic Integration as to what's happening, how you can be mindful. And that process I called as witness sensing. The second is be compassionate. And that's what we're talking about. That generally we tend to feel guilty. We tend to get angry that I am going through it and I cannot control my life. There's nothing wrong about it. As I said, it's an instinctive reaction. It's a natural reaction to some kind of threat or some kind of overstress which you cannot handle. And one of the most important thing is to remember to be nice to yourself, to be gentle on yourself, to be kind with yourself. Because if you're not, who will be? Remember, the world can support you, but if you're not being nice to yourself, then the body keeps reacting to the way you perceiving yourself. So be gentle and compassionate. Thirdly, very, very important is to journal down all the symptoms. So whenever it happens or whenever you're free, just write down all that what is happening to you or what has happened to you. That's one of the best ways, especially when you are going through it. If you can sit down and write down all that negative feelings, the negative ideas, the negative experiences that you have, you may even tear it off and throw it away. But do that. And the second most important thing about journaling is write down how you want to be in the present moment, in present tense. I am happy. I am relaxed. I am calm. I enjoy being calm. Now, some people might say, oh, but that's not the truth. But what we are doing over here is that you're giving a message to the mind that this is how I want to be. And remember, the way you perceive and the way you talk to your mind, that is how the mind is going to respond. And that is what you got to keep doing day in and day out. So the three don'ts: don't ignore, don't feel guilty, don't beat up yourself. And thirdly, don't overreact. The three do's: first, be mindful, be compassionate, and most important, journal. So friends, this is for today. More coming up in next video. And let me tell you, just in case you are interested in knowing more, I keep having free seminars on beat the anxiety or freedom from anxiety. And if you are interested in joining this webinars, please DM me on my WhatsApp number 9820800120, 9820800120.